Hey everybody, and welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and we're inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Brendan, and I may or may not have created an evil robot version of myself. Just saying.
Happens to the best of us.
That does happen to the best of us. It's more likely than you think. I'm Pippin, and God gave rock and roll to me.
I'm Alex, and I built a good robot me to counter the evil robot me that Bren built.
Should I have gone with the robot thing?
You might have. I'm just saying, Pip. You missed out.
Yeah.
You missed out.
And Kat, meanwhile, is currently lost in time somewhere. We don't know.
She's playing some games with Death for fun, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Death keeps losing. One of them may be cheating.
Oh, it's Kat. Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Although they're both cheating, and the game is trying to find the other cheater.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which...
Well, actually, what Kat did is she brought her kid in, and she's just really good at games.
Anyway.
The point is she's not here.
Yeah. Today, we're going to become the oracles at SciFi and speculate about the upcoming movie Bill and Ted Face the Music. If you want specific content warnings about things that we may talk about, check out the show notes at nostorysacred.com.
And if you think the oracles at Sci-Fi sounds good and shouldn't be changed to the oracles of Sci-Fi, let us know.
Fuck off.
Specifically, let Pippin know.
You? How fucking dare you? Excuse me for wanting a sentence that makes sense verbally.
But I want to actually reference, make the reference stick.
People would have gotten it. If they were gonna get the reference in general, they would have understood, even if we changed one word.
And this is what it's like to live with English majors, everyone.
This was a 10-minute argument before we hit record. And I lost.
Yep. Overruled.
Pip tried to bring in the receipts. And the receipts proved her wrong.
It was a bad time, y'all.
So the premise for Face the Music, according to Wikipedia, is, now enduring the monotony of middle-aged life, William, Bill, S. Preston Esquire, and Theodore, Ted Logan, are warned by a visitor from the future of the need for them to create a song in 78 minutes that will save all life on Earth and the entire universe. The pair work with their families, old friends, famous musicians, and each other to complete the task. The task.
Oh, shit. Y'all, we really should have had Kat here so she can go on about the task.
Indeed. Well, hold on. I'll look up Wikipedia while you guys talk.
Yeah, at this point in the episode, usually, we talk about the plot of the movie, for longer than maybe we should, because we always have opinions and interjections and talk over each other, like caring siblings do. But
and we try to prove each other wrong. Don't forget that.
Try to prove each other wrong, race each other to jokes, try to come up with better jokes when someone else beat us to that punchline.
Yep.
She says, deconstructing our own podcast for all the bullshit that we do. But this doesn't have a plot for us to summarize, with a broad definition of summarize.
Well, we can guess at the basic structure of the plot. The trailer was actually fairly forthcoming with that.
Well, we can say what was in the trailer that we saw.
Yeah. Well, first let's do a little bit of background. We already talked about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure in a prior podcast. We haven't done Bogus Journey yet. Maybe we'll do that one in a few weeks.
Whoa. Making promises there.
Promises that we have repeatedly shown not to be able to keep.
Which, is in theme with Bill and Ted Face the Music.
We're an absent father. We can't be trusted with promises. No, the podcast said they were going to talk about it this week. They promised.
Kate and Leopold just went to buy some milk, guys. They're gonna come back.
That was 3 years ago.
Well, technically 3 weeks ago.
Aw.
Oh, God.
Never trust writers.
Yeah. This could just be an episode of us dragging ourselves.
So, a regular episode. Haha.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the prior movie, Bogus Journey, they had still not become the most triumphant band, despite the promises of the first movie.
And really kind of I think they've got it of the second movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they go through a lot of adventures, they die, go to hell, beat death at a game.
Go to heaven.
Yep. And befriend like Death, Station, which is like an alien, technological genius.
It's a Pokemon. It only says its own name.
And then, for instance, there is actually an angel called Station. That's called Station, isn't there?
Ooh.
Well, there's the Stations of the Cross. I know that. But this is me.
Oh, there's a paper in that one for sure.
Like, listeners, I was raised Catholic, and then I promptly forgot all of it, and I apologize.
We're just a recovering Catholic.
There is a tube station in London called Angel.
Anyway. So they, die, come back to life, and perform at the big Battle of the Bands, which in the timeline of Bogus Journey was supposed to be like their debut of Wild Stallions as a band to be like, I wouldn't say reckoned with, but like, it was supposed to be basically their big debut and would go on to create the song that would save the world and create this idyllic, awesome future.
There was a newspaper scroll during the credits and everything.
There was.
You guys remember way more about this movie than I do.
That's because we're amazing.
Also, who here thought that God Gave Rock and Roll to You was supposed to be that song?
I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but now that you've described it, I'm like, oh, well, maybe that was a foolish thought.
Maybe it was.
It was kind of Christian rocky.
Fuck off. I like God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
Well, here's the thing that might be addressed. Like, I think the speculation number one, we probably have Bill and Ted themselves talking about how, like, I thought that God Gave Rock and Roll to You was supposed to be the band, the song, but it wasn't. Or maybe it's them becoming, well, here's one thing I'm just remembering about, Bogus Journey, is that the present timeline Bill and Ted didn't perform that song. They brought themselves from the future that had decided to learn to play the guitar from the future instead, right?
No.
With their kids?
No, I think what they did was they went off, went time travel to someplace else to train.
Yeah.
And then came back with the skills and the babies.
The skills and the babies. That's the way it always works. Okay.
I already have a speculation for how this movie is going to end.
Oh, yeah?
I think I know what your speculation is, too.
So go on, Pippin.
Bill and Ted, the dudes, are not going to be the ones to perform the song to save the world. It is going to be Billy and Thea, I think, are their names, who are their children.
Yeah.
Are we talking about themes of the next generation being trusted to continue on legacies and fix and right the wrongs?
Yes.
Also, probably the future erasure of their daughters' accomplishments in the favor of their male fathers.
I mean, also that. But from what I could see in the trailer, it looked like it was actually going to be a lot of repeating of the previous movies.
Yeah, they're pretty much combining Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey into one, gathering the people from the past and then going to hell.
Well, they might be doing a trailer switcheroo here where that's the setup and the expectation, and then things get screwy. Like, people know what happened with Star Wars, for instance. Force Awakens was more or less just a rehash of New Hope.
Yep.
Maybe they'll set up the expectation that similar things are going to happen here, and which for some moviegoers is definitely a appeal. It's like, oh yeah, I want to relive that nostalgic glory time there. But then it's like, well, we're gonna twist it on its head somehow 2/3 of the way through the movie.
I mean, to me, one of the reasons that you do something like having clear parallels to previous versions is to create a commentary of how things have changed.
Yes.
And also to highlight the difference between the old and the new.
And possibly, he maybe provide commentary on the less than good aspects of the old. You know, probably they bring up some of the innate homophobia in the first one.
What? Homophobia in my fiction?
Yeah. You know, because there was a plentiful use of the F word, I believe, in the first and second one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Any signs of male affection? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because men can't show affection for each other. I'm not sure you guys knew that.
Makes sense. Fucking hate you, Al.
Yeah, you're a douche.
Haha.
Oh, man.
We have accomplished masculinity.
Ba-ba-da!
Now our women won't leave us. So what do we see in the trailer itself that we can, everyone's sort of on the same page?
Well, okay, so we start off, right, with Bill and Ted's marriage being a little rocky.
Shaky. The fact that when they heard couples counseling, they thought that they should bring both couples.
There are a couple of couples, it makes sense.
And, not thinking too deeply about, what sort of implications that have.
Yeah. And their dad, weird, doesn't believe anything about the time travel, still thinks that they're failures. I mean, they're performing at weddings, so fair-ish. I mean, weddings pay well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst things you can do.
You'd think after meeting death itself that, their father would believe them, but...
You'd think, but, maybe... What if it's all like a Lotus Eaters machine thing?
Could you explain?
Alright, are you familiar with the story of the Lotus Eaters from Odysseus?
Yes.
Island of the Lotus Eaters?
Yes, but why don't you explain to the listeners?
In this context, it's like, I'm implying that Bill and Ted are in some sort of simulation, that they're being kept in some sort of mental loop or alternate reality where the events of the first movies didn't happen as the audience saw it. And so it's some nefarious plan by some third party that is just kind of like playing this simulation in their heads. Like, you're not going to escape the simulation because it doesn't seem like a simulation. Why? What?
Theodore Logan, what if I were to tell you about the Matrix?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. Oh.
We can finally do that crossover.
Yes!
That everyone has been always wanting to do.
I mean, yeah.
This episode is actually just us continuing our strange fascination with Keanu Reeves, isn't it?
You're not wrong.
I mean, he is Keanu.
I just love him so much.
He's a generally nice dude.
But yeah, they're in couples counseling for reasons nobody actually talks about. We don't know why exactly.
Probably because they're a couple of deadbeats.
Yeah.
Probably, but who knows?
Or maybe the princesses are trying to, guys, you've been in love with each other for 30 years. Just say it.
I mean, so much would be easier if they just did. So there's that aspect. There's a message from the future about how, hey, we need you to sing the song. The world depends on it.
And there's a time limit now, because that's the Bill and Ted time travel rules. At least they're being consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Thea and Billy, their daughters, recognize that their dads are in trouble, and they decide that they are going to help. And we see them gathering musicians from throughout time and putting them in the old time travel box.
Yep.
The phone booth.
The phone booth.
We've got Mozart. We've got some lady. Don't know who she is. I'm not that knowledgeable about music.
But yeah, that part is going to be pretty straightforward, I imagine. I almost wonder, what if it's like an Orpheus story where the daughters die, go to hell, Bill and Ted go to them, and now they gotta play they gotta form the band to basically...
They grab the musicians first. You could see them in hell with them.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay, so they fucked up.
Yeah, something happened.
How are you doing? Well, he died in there and went to hell. Yeah, but how are you doing?
Good. Yeah. I think what's going to happen is that Bill and Ted and Billy and Thea are going to have two separate stories, sort of. They're going to be together towards the beginning to establish that they all have relationships. And then they're going to split off, and Billy and Thea are going to have excellent adventure, and Bill and Ted are going to have the bogus journey. And then they're going to come together to face the music.
Ooh, nicely done. Yeah. Also, Bill and Ted's plan to plagiarize off themselves. It's not going to work.
They said that. It's really seeing if it's from ourselves, and my brain, because of the way it is, already tried to work out how the copyright for that works.
You can do self-plagiarism.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
If you don't cite yourself, it's bad.
Yeah. There's also, an ontological paradox in there, but,
I wasn't even going to get into the time paradoxes, because life's too short.
I mean, the entirety of the Bill and Ted series is, set up on temporal paradoxes. You guys are going to be kicked out of high school. We sent you back a time machine to help. Wait, what? That's not how time travel works. That's not how the Force works.
The trick with time travel stories, as far as I can tell, is don't explain it.
Yeah.
The moment you explain it, that's when people can poke holes in it. If you just say, time travel's a thing, people go yeah, okay.
It's a time desk. It's a desk that goes through time.
This hoodie, we're a time hoodie.
Yeah. Writing tip number 1. Never explain time travel.
Yep.
We can't really figure it out. It doesn't make sense.
It's almost as if it's, impossible.
What?
All I can think of is Kronk from The Emperor's New Groove pulling down the thing and going yep, by all means, it doesn't make sense.
Very much. And you can just leave, the people who go, oh no, it doesn't make logical sense to the forums.
Yeah.
Yeah, and promptly ignore them. Because it's a time travel story. Just write the time travel story you want to write.
Be the time travel story you want to see in the world.
Yeah. Just be consistent with your own rules, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like writing stories involving magic, Yeah. Establish some base rules. Don't think about the metaphysical or physical way this all might work. Just go no, Bill and Ted time travel. It's travels to certain points in time in history. They're set points, and your regular timeline keeps on moving forward without you.
I believe Doctor Who said it best. It's all wibbly wobbly,
timey-wimey
stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and also, just a general note. Don't, white savior time travel. Yeah.
Don't be a dick. Still applies.
But yeah, what else can we speculate about facing the music here?
Well, obviously it's a family band. The princesses have to come back in the end, otherwise it's dickish.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope, yeah. Because they played keyboard and something else, right? Drums?
Yeah, keyboard and drums.
Thea and Billy are going to be the leads.
Yeah.
Yep. Because, let's face it, Bill and Ted aren't that good musicians.
Actually, wouldn't it be kind of funny if the big reveal from the future is hey, wait a second, we read this wrong, because it's Billy and Thea, right?
Yep.
And they just thought that it was, Bill and Ted, William and Theodore, but it's no, it's Billy and Thea the entire time.
Yeah. Because, erasure.
Yeah.
True. Oh man.
Pep, you've done the stuff. Go into detail.
Oh man. I don't have in front of me Joanna Russ's book about how to erase women's writing, but one of them is oh no, she didn't write it, her husband did. In this case, it would be they didn't write it, their fathers did.
Isn't there a theory about who was the one who wrote wasn't Dante's Inferno?
Oh, are you thinking about Milton?
Yeah.
And Paradise Lost. So, fun fact about Paradise Lost. Here I am, back on my bullshit. Since Kat's not here...
Your bullshit is what we need.
Kat's not here, someone has to take the bullshit load. So, at the time Paradise Lost was written, John Milton was actually blind. So, what he did, apparently, was dictate the poem to his daughters, who would then write it down. And one assumes say it out back to him, so it could be said right. And I was, oh my god, I'm still so mad about this. I first learned about this in a college class about 17th century literature, where we did not talk about a single female writer because reasons.
Was it that professor?
That professor said that there weren't any good women writers at the time, and we were all like, maybe we should be the judges of that.
He said that at women's
He
college?
said that.
Ooh, wow.
This is why this is my bullshit. And so he tells us this, that he was blind at the time, he dictated to his daughters. And we very reasonably went, wait, is it possible that Milton's daughters wrote Paradise Lost? Which we thought was a very reasonable question, considering they're the ones who physically did it no matter what. And he went, no, it's not. He wrote it. And did not give any evidence, no supporting academic work, didn't go, well, if you compare Paradise Lost to his earlier writing where he did in fact write it, you can see the language ticks that carry throughout or whatever. Just nothing, just went, nope, didn't happen, and moved on. And we were all like, wait, what? So my point is, I think John Milton's daughters wrote Paradise Lost until someone can prove it to me otherwise.
And so we have it again with time travel. Now, it could be said that Bill and Ted did need to go on their time traveling journey in an excellent adventure, because if they didn't, they wouldn't have met the princesses, and thus Billy and Thea wouldn't have been born.
Oh.
It's true, I was thinking about that.
And the bogus journey did establish that the kids exist at the end of the film.
Yep.
And our experiences are what makes us. And Bill and Ted's experiences would have affected their parenting, probably.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Probably raised the kids to be good people.
Yep.
Like, probably raised them to love music.
Oh, yeah.
And the kids having that support in their early years would have been able to, develop into actually good musicians as opposed to Bill and Ted.
What? But here's the thing. What if in the movie they don't actually know how to play anything?
Maybe. Who knows?
I think they'll know. I think it'll be kind of like understated at the beginning of the movie because it's like a magic trick. We're all being distracted with the utter failure that is Bill and Ted's life because they have this expectation, right? Like, no, we're Wild Stallions. We're the band that's gonna change the world. We did that one song once.
No.
One song once.
Wild Stallions is a generational band.
Yep. I think you're right. And like maybe we kind of hear like, I don't know, Billy or Thea playing like Stairway to Heaven just in a background of a scene. And it's like a really good rendition, but it's just background music. And
knock,
then
knock, knocking on heaven's door. Just saying.
Very good.
It's very important for me to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it's gonna go. And the future being kind of stupid with assuming names. I think that's gonna be a joke that's gonna play out toward the end of the movie where they realize the truth.
Yeah. Bet you that Bill and Ted were so bad at it that they actually filled out their birth certificates as Bill and Ted.
Oh no. That's probably it. So if early on in the movie, that's part of the argument at couples counseling, maybe that's why that couples counseling scene happens. Like, it just gets brought up as a joke. It's like, yeah, you wrote your own names on their birth certificates. And it's like, yeah, and Billy and Thea, it's good names.
I mean, their names are Wilhelmina and Theodora.
Well, they had to, change it.
Yeah. Also, Fury. Christian Schall's character is Rufus. And they're just not going to bring up that Rufus is no longer George Carlin.
Well, they're going to use, I looked at the Wikipedia page. They're going to use archive footage of George Carlin for Rufus.
Oh.
Aw.
I'm sorry.
That sound. I'm still dubious on archive footage and like,
the digital ghosts or whatever that is.
Yeah, because that's freaky. You know that joke in the Critic and Duke, is it Duke Phillips or Philip Duke?
Duke Phillips. Vote for Duke.
Yeah, it introduces his new Duke vision by changing movies to be product placement and then using like edit looks like the actors themselves and changing the movies and all that. Like that was the plot point in one of the Critic episodes. We should do the Critic sometimes.
If you're curious, Christian Schall's character, who's the messenger from the future, apparently is Kelly, who is named after George Carlin's daughter, Callie Carlin.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay. That works too.
But yeah, also, I just want to point out a part in the movie that I look forward to getting more context for, which is, I think, Bill and Ted go to the future and visit themselves in prison.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they all looked all jacked up, and they have tattoos. One of them has excellent.
Well, there's also, like, a different group of themselves they meet where they kind of look like hippies or steampunkish archetypes.
Huh.
Didn't Bogus Journey have a thing where they visited different things?
Futures?
Not necessarily futures, but they were given visions of things. I don't know. Unlike you guys, I don't remember Bogus Journey at all.
I only remember parts.
Man, I really should have rewatched Bogus Journey.
We had to come up with this episode on the fly, everyone.
We thought it was a good idea.
It is a good idea. I'm having fun.
Yeah. We've had speculations. If dragged each other. Mostly Pip. Sorry, Pip.
Wow. I know. All I know is I think I'm really right about the daughters, being the ones to perform the song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, like, that was going to be my theory, too.
It seems, not to, undersell both of us, it seems the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Which, here's the thing. Having the obvious isn't bad because it rewards audience members for, like, putting it together. It's a rewarding feeling for a viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I want to take the moment to recognize that Bill and Ted Face the Music is a great fucking title.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, damn.
I was expecting, like, a riff on like, Excellent Adventure, Bogus Journey, like, like, another adjective of,
Synonym for journey or
Yeah.
like, weird travels or...
far out story.
Yeah.
So here's a question. There's a sequence that's going to be taking place, presumably between Act 2 and 3 in Hell. What's going to be happening there?
Well, I think that's where they meet up.
Yep.
For their two different, stories.
Yeah.
Like, Bill and Ted are going to go there voluntarily to meet up with Death. Because, like, Death was their old roadie.
Yeah.
And Billy and Fia are just going to be straight up dead.
It happens. It's more likely than you think.
Bet you they crashed the time machine.
Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of riffing on Excellent Adventure with the time machine getting damaged.
Yeah.
There's definitely you're going to meet the devil himself.
Yeah, so that's what I'm wondering about. Like, are we just going to be doing, like, a rock battle against Satan? Or are we going to be doing, like, an Orpheus and Eurydice? Eurydice. Kind of, like, escaping hell by, like, guile or something like that. Or music.
I really want the devil to be played by Billy Porter.
Why?
Because he'd be
Fair
great.
enough. Billy Porter should be in everything. That's true.
Oh, like Brent's Orpheus and Eurydice and Hades Town.
Way down. Hades Town. Bill Porter wasn't in Hades Town.
Why am I so bad at names and actors?
It's okay, Al. I'm in the same boat.
I mean, Patrick Page was in Hades Town as Hades and is amazing.
All right.
Next, you're going to tell me that who I thought was Christian Shaw isn't actually Kristen Shaw.
No, that was Kristen Shaw.
So, guys, I think we've talked at length about Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Dude.
Do we want to try and play a game with this, or do we want to try and do riffs on what we'd do if we had the pen?
I mean, we can totally try that. Don't mind me as I'm quickly looking something up.
Cheater!
No, I'm trying to figure something out because I think they recast the princesses every single time.
Huh.
Cause you know what that is? Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait for it.
Yeah, so at the very least, Bill's wife is now being played by someone, 14 years his junior. She's 41, he's 55.
Huh.
And this is a recast from both movies. And, bullshit. To use the technical term. Not that I don't love JMMAs, but...
Legit.
I mean...
Anyway.
Are the original princesses still acting?
Yes.
Oh.
At least one of them is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so story changes?
I mean, we've already been pretty much riffing on what we think the story might be. Can't really
That's true.
Can't change what we already...
Can't change what don't exist yet. I guess that has been the entire episode, so let's play a game instead.
What game should we play?
We can do special appearance by and just list, like, a character that has been shown in the trailer that might show up in the movie.
Well, OVS, there was a TV series? Oh, there was an unaired pilot. Let's see.
Or we could explode all the things and make the worst predictions.
Ooh.
We haven't done explode all the things in a while.
Oh, man. You know what? I think really be explode this
Let's officially go with explode the things then. If you have an idea in mind.
Well, here's the thing. I started rethinking it because what if it turns out cool?
It might turn out cool. Let's officially do the game, and you do your thing, and then we'll just decide if it turns out to be cool or not.
Well, it looked like there was going to be like an alien invasion or something.
Oh yeah, we kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, is that what they stop?
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking, like, what if the aliens are the ones who perform the song?
Oh.
Because, you know, humans are the ones who kind of suck a lot of the time. Maybe the aliens saved the world.
Maybe.
From ourselves.
Yeah.
What if it turns out to be Station?
Station! Yeah.
The revenge of Station.
Ooh, yeah.
Who knew that was a bad idea, bringing an alien from the afterlife to Earth? Huh.
Weird.
I really need to rewatch Bogus Journey.
He wasn't an alien in heaven. He was an alien in hell, which is human heaven. How does that work? Why does that? It works for us.
Stop thinking about things. Oh, I just thought of an explode all the things.
Go for it.
Do it.
So we've established that the daughters die, right?
They appear to, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they just die because, you know, technology is like so hard. And I mean, they just hit all the buttons and sexism. Because, you know, crack a woman can't drive joke and that would just yank you right out.
If there's a single women can't drive joke in that movie, I will turn this whole thing around.
That's what I mean. That would explode it pretty frickin' hard.
It would.
That being said, I thought of another one.
Oh, yeah?
If the princesses die.
Oh.
Early on? Oh.
Yeah, or just in general. But yeah, especially if it happens early on. Or if they decide to leave Bill and Ted and then at the end it's like, oh, the power of music. That's what saves their relationship. Not open and honest conversation.
Ooh. Here's an explode.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The princesses become the villains in the sense of the evil ex-wife if trope.
Oh.
And yeah. So like there's constant, you know,
we're talking like nagging, that kind of thing.
Nagging.
Oh.
Alimony.
Oh.
We hate that you're slobs now, and that makes us bad, and you're still the good guys who don't need to change that aspect of yourselves, kind of deal.
You don't need to improve.
No. So, and that was Alex doing an ASMR, or exploring the thing.
Yeah, let's all just sit back, relax, and watch the universe collapse around us. Isn't that nice?
So basically we've established that one way to explode the things is sexism. And,
Sexism ruins everything.
And, you know.
Oh, what if they do like another joke at Missy's expense?
Ugh.
Missy's dead.
Missy's dead. Oh. They find her in hell. It's like, what? No.
Actually, I would kind of love it if Missy's in hell and is now the wife of the devil. And now,
oh god!
And so now the devil is her new stepdad.
Okay, I take it back. That'd be kind of fun.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
You both love it and hate it.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so here's one way to explode all the things. The homophobia is still there and unaddressed, and that might actually be a thing.
Oh yeah, again, one no homo joke, and I am turning this whole thing around.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they don't. And I think the temptation from a screenwriter's perspective, might be like, oh, this would be a learning moment here. Like they'll learn to not do that by the end of the film. And it's like, wait, but they've been living in this time the entire time. Why did it take them until 2020 to learn not to?
Really, what I want is an acknowledgement of the importance of queer platonic relationships.
Yeah.
I think Jay and Silent Bob had it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my best friend. I'm with them forever. We are not dating, but we will murder anyone for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit. I mean, yeah.
It's not all about sex, you monsters.
Let's go kick some ass, Horatio.
Well, no, that one was.
Okay. So sexism and homophobia would ruin all the things.
Yep.
I'm very certain any of the isms would explode all the things. So
Yeah, universal truth right there.
so let's move on from those and go with other general story beats. Pip, if you already had the aliens solve everything.
But again, if you did it right, that could be awesome.
Yep. Well, if you did it right, the Missy thing could be awesome. But
Yeah.
So really,
That seems like a joke too tempting to pass up. Satan's our dad.
yeah. So let's think a bit more esoteric. One way to explode the thing, they break the cameo limit.
Oh.
Cause random tangent to the latest Ghostbusters movie. It was a pretty decent movie. I liked it. It had too many cameos.
Nah.
It got to the point where it threw me out.
Threw me right out.
Everything else about it was fine. But you had all of them.
Yeah.
That was too many cameos.
On a similar note to too many cameos, too many new things to suspend disbelief for. So we have time travel, we have the afterlife, adding in maybe one new thing, which I think the whole entire parallel dimensions or alternate futures thing as a major element. I think that would be number 3, but then doing more than that might be pushing it. So much as I love the aliens thing, maybe that won't be as major a thing because maybe that's pushing the budget too much, the believability budget.
See, if we're going for too many things, too many Easter eggs?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. The camera's panning. Oh, here's that Rock'em Sock'em Robots game that they played with Steph. Let's stop there with it in center frame for about 5 seconds, then move on. That kind of too many Easter eggs.
Yeah, or let's go talk to this one character who is in the second movie for 5 minutes. For no reason right now.
Yeah, having Easter eggs is okay if they're in the background, but having Easter eggs that you draw attention to might be a bit much.
Yep. Cough. Ready Player One. He says, with long pauses between the coughs. So basically, Face the Music has we're actually discovering through this process, is working with a very strict budget of stuff they can do, actually. Cause the previous 2 movies has so many things to reference, to allude to, and to, bring back. And there's a certain point that, it's too much.
Yeah, you don't want to drown the audience with, stuff to keep track.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we learn from this game.
How easy it is to destroy.
Yeah. So let's add a dog.
Again, I don't quite see how adding a dog makes anything worse. I think it makes it always better.
You're biased and can't be trusted.
It's a dog that they have to take care of, have to constantly keep it from getting into trouble.
It drags a guitar on stage right when they need it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like how you're no, that's a great fucking idea.
It's a beagle, so you can have a John Wick reference.
One John Wick reference, and I'm turning this whole thing around.
It piddles on
the bad guy.
Yep. And on Mr. Preston.
Yeah. I do wonder, aside from this vague threat of potential aliens, who the primary antagonist is gonna be.
Themselves and their expectations.
Oh, deep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The growing sense of failure you feel as you get into your 40s.
Oh.
Yeah. What have I accomplished? Nothing? Awesome.
Nothing is good? Oh, Nothing is good.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm holding hope that it's just going to be a fun, optimistic romp through time and space. Because I think that is a thing we need right now.
Fair. We need nice things.
Hope punk, it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we also need angry things because anger is what burns the fire to keep the revolution going. Viva la revolution. Let's burn it all down.
Where did this barricade come from?
Ah! Do you hear the people sing?
There are lots of days now where, like, actually, I kind of get where Madame Defarge is coming from.
Do we have anything else to talk about with Bill and Ted Face the Music and our speculations therein?
I think we've got everything.
Yeah, I think so. We're always blurring the lines between full-length episodes and minisodes. We're mavericks.
Sometimes a minisode is longer than an episode.
What is time, really?
What is time?
What are frogs? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not really much else we can say.
So, can you take us out, Pippin?
Right. Okay. Before we go, does anyone have anything to plug?
I have some improv shows coming up in August, and I'll tweet about them.
Awesome. Kat has a story upcoming in Lightspeed, I think in September. I'm an amazing sister. And as always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostoriessacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostoriessacred, or send an email through contact@nostoriessacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brendan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton in absentia. Editing for this episode done by Brendan. Transcript by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcripts are available at nostoriessacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and please rate, review, and subscribe to No Story is Sacred. You could also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoriessacred. See you next time when we talk about Hamilton. Probably. Hopefully.
Hope springs eternal.
It really does.
Look, the listeners are just going to have to wait for it.
Don't throw away our shot, Bren.
Nope.
Go on, Pippin.
Nope. I can't believe I'm in the room where this happened. Until then, we're No Story is Sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Pippin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Brendan.
And we're
No Story is Sacred.